Hello everyone, I am Tanya Cunningham with Tanya Homes Group and welcome once again to my Realtor Hat series. So did you know that the electrical panel that you have right now in your existing home could be hazardous? Well, a lot of people don't know that. And that's why I'm going to be sitting down today with an expert, an electrician who is certified and can give us some more information on what these electrical panels are, their names of some of them, and how we can remedy this situation. So I am sitting with Michael Prizant of Streamline Electric. He has a wealth of experience and knowledge, and I'm looking forward to helping you understand more about what you can do should you be in this situation, because insurance companies right now, they are challenging to deal with and to even get insurance at a great rate in South Florida. So this is going to be very important for you to listen to, and I'm looking forward to sitting down with Michael. So let's hear what he has to say. Michael, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for coming and speaking with me today.
Hi, Tanya. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I'm actually excited about this conversation because we've both been in the business for such a long time. And now with insurance companies, especially, there's so much going on in the insurance world. And on top of that, I see over and over and over again at my inspections where electrical panels are being deemed one of the ones that insurance companies are not accepting for a buyer. And it's very confusing for a buyer and even a seller, because the seller thinks, I've had no problem with this electrical panel all my time owning this house. Why is it such that it might be a problem for the buyer to get insurance when they buy my house? So my question to you today is what I think a lot of people out there need to know. They need to know that there are some electrical panels out there that are deemed unsafe, so to speak, by the insurance companies. Why is that so? And how can someone determine whether or not they have one? Should they want to sell or just keep their house and make sure that they have the best panel out there?
Great questions. So you are correct. There are many insurance companies that are simply not going to bind an insurance policy for anybody with one of these electrical panels that has an issue or has been known to have issues. They are generally considered very specific brands that have been linked to known fires. Over the years, Federal Pacific has been one of the biggest issue panels, along with Challenger and Fuse panels, Cisco, Sylvania, and Pushmatic. I may be missing one or two, but those are the big ones. Those are the ones that generally get called out on inspections. When someone's trying to renew an insurance policy, or if they're buying a house or trying to sell a house, in order to bind an insurance policy, the insurance company has to have a clean report, meaning one of those panels can't be indicated as existing there in the home. So what we do is when we receive an inspection report, and we've been informed that there is possibly one of these panels, we'll evaluate to determine whether or not it in fact is one of these brands that I mentioned. And if it is, then we will go ahead and recommend replacement at that time. The process is generally pretty straightforward, although not every electrical panel replacement is exactly the same. We will take a look on a case-by-case basis, and we will recommend the most appropriate course of action to, of course, mitigate cost and expedite the process so that closings, if that is what we're talking about, is something that'll happen a little bit faster.
Yeah. So that's really important, because I think obviously sometimes the homeowner is very shocked at when they get the information. And in order for them to go through the process of, if they're the ones that are going to replace the panel, they know that working with a company like yours, even though each situation isn't the same, like you said, you actually can guide them through that process and make it as simplified as possible. And when you do that, does it require that there are permits that have to be pulled and so on? Because I have heard of some people doing electrical panels and where there aren't permits involved and so on. And what is your recommendation? Because, I hear a lot about that.
Technically, you are required to pull an electrical permit for any electrical work that is being done inside of a home. This requires a state certification or a master electrician who is licensed and is able to provide those documents to the building departments. So when we have a panel change, a service upgrade, or anything that requires electrical work, with a few exceptions, service and whatnot, we're usually going to recommend a permit be included. The permit process for us is pretty straightforward at this point. If we have to provide any sort of engineering documents, do load calculations, provide any sort of paperwork related to an electrical panel replacement or service upgrade, we can do that. We've been doing that for a long time now, and we take care of the paperwork process. It's basically turnkey for us at this point, and we do it pretty efficiently.
Well, I'm glad that you said that, because I think that sometimes we've had stuff that comes up on the real estate side where the permits haven't been done, or maybe, it's not done by the electrical panel wasn't even put in by a licensed electrician. And that's why I wanted to talk to you, because you are a licensed electrician who can take care of all of that. And that's important for homeowners. And on the other end, we have the buyers who go to the inspection and they're not aware of what's possible. So it's good to know that once the inspection report comes out, they can have an electrician who takes care of whatever needs to be done, should that need to be done. Even, sometimes I've had insurance companies where they've said maybe in 30 days, this electrical panel has to be in, or something is worked out like that, that as long as it's already set up, it can be done that way as well, correct?
So to answer your question, it's something that happens once in a while where people are given a certain time frame to have those electrical panels replaced. Even after closing, they're given that time frame by the insurance company, it's important that it get done correctly in that period of time, because if a home inspector is going to wind up coming back out to review that, and they're the ones writing up the 4-point or the home inspection report, then you're going to want to make sure that you've had somebody that does know what they're doing, that is a licensed electrical contractor doing the work, so that if there is an issue, and they are a reputable company, that they're going to quickly address any issues if they even come up. You're less likely to have issues with your electrical system if someone knowledgeable and experienced that does this and nothing else pretty much every day is doing the installation for you. So if a homeowner decides that they want to maybe try to take the project on themselves, or hire a handyman or somebody less experienced that really doesn't know the National Electrical Code, doesn't know wiring methods, they may be able to turn a screwdriver, but they really don't know all the ins and outs and all the rules and why things are sized the way they're sized. Then you may wind up with a situation on your hand where now the installation costs you twice.
Yeah.
Let's say the wrong size panel was installed.
Yeah.
Now you're ripping out a panel and redoing it. It makes more sense to just hire a professional and do it right the first time, and then there's no question after that.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that, because I think this is one of those things where I don't think anybody who just has knowledge of how to use a screwdriver, or who has some electric, some sort of abilities based on what their father taught them or something, to do something like this, because it's so important, and they could end up spending twice as much, 3 times as much, maybe even get fined by cities. I don't know what's possible. It just opens up a whole, realm of possibilities. So I thank you for sharing that with me, because I want people to know out there that Streamline Electric is definitely a top-notch company. Worked with them for years. I've known Michael Prizant for years, and he has taken care of quite a few of my clients. And one of the things that I know is that you do things the way they're supposed to be done, And when you're dealing with an electrician or electrical issues, that's a big deal. So I thank you for taking care of the clients that we've worked with together. I thank you for having the knowledge. You're very detail oriented. And that's one of the things that makes me feel confident about referring clients to you. And I really want to thank you for that, because that industry in itself can get a little, not so great dependent on who you're working with.
Thank you very much for saying so, Tanya. And we are always happy to help anyone that needs help or needs consultation about their electrical system. If they just have questions, they can feel free to give us a call.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know your number is on the screen, but is that the best way to reach you? Is there an email address as well? We will share it with the audience.
So the phone number on the screen is 954-830-0637. That's going to be the best way to reach us. You'll get directed to somebody immediately. Somebody does answer the phone.
Good.
We will take your information down and see how we can best help you. If it requires a consult from me, that can be scheduled generally. If I'm in the office, I may be able to talk to you right then and there. As far as an email, if you'd like to email us any sort of documentation, home inspection reports, we can be emailed at info@streamlineelectric.com.
Perfect. Well, Michael, it was a pleasure having you here today. I am really about bringing information to the community, to the audience out there that is going to be of a beneficial to them, so that they can make informed decisions. And I know that they'll reach out to you if they have any more questions, because dealing with this is not, that simple, but you're going to make it simple for them and as easy as possible. So thank you for coming. I really appreciate you being here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Thank you so much, Tanya.
You're welcome. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Of course, you want to reach out to Michael, who is amazing, and his contact information is 954-830-0637. That's 954-830-0637, and his email address is info@streamlineelectric.com. Feel free to reach out to him directly or call me and let me know if you need me to connect you with him. If you are buying or selling a home or have a friend or family member who is, send them to Tanya, because we wear the hat to bring you the facts.